Hello, this is Claudia Orengo from heartmade.es, and in this video I'll share with you the differences between Patternbank and Spoonflower. They both are platforms where you can sell surface designs, so if you have seamless patterns, if you are an illustrator and you like creating patterns, you can sell them in both these platforms. But they are very different, and it will come to those differences for you to decide which pattern you upload in which. So I'm gonna start by talking on how to become a seller. On Patternbank, they need to approve you to start selling. You need to show a portfolio. I've done another video which you can find in my YouTube channel, and I'll link it also on the description of this video, in which I tell you how this process goes, and I'll share with you my tips if I were to apply again nowadays. So hopefully that video will help you if you are not yet a seller in Patternbank. Then in Spoonflower, you can open a store without approval. So at any time you can open your store and you can start uploading designs. When you become a seller in Patternbank, they need to also approve your design. They need to check the quality every time you post a new pattern. So you post it, they review it, and they manually approve it. On Spoonflower, you need to take care of the quality check. So they will not check for you if that's a good pattern, if it's seamless. They will not check if the colors print well, but they will require you to actually order a sample, so pay for a printed copy of your design, and then you will check it, and once you receive it, you'll be able to approve it and upload it for sale. And finally, in Patternbank, the overall process is very fast. Usually a pattern gets approved in the following 24 hours. Maybe if it's a weekend, it will take the whole weekend, but it's pretty quick from the moment you upload the design until it becomes available for sale. But on Spoonflower, because you have to order that sample, it will take much more, especially if you live outside their main shipping countries. For example, even having a printing location in Europe, it usually takes a couple of weeks to arrive to Barcelona. So yeah, you should be aware of that from the moment you upload the design until you are able to upload it for sale, it may take a while, probably a few days at least. Okay, let's talk about inspiration, because as designers, we want to know what these platforms are looking for, what their buyers are interested in. So it's helpful when they share that inspiration for us. In Patternbank, you have a trend report section. So you can go here under trends, and they will always tell you what are the trends that they believe people are looking for. And you can go inside any of those and you'll have more information. They also sell more curated trend reports. I think I've only purchased once, and it was years ago, so I cannot give much opinion on that, but it's good in terms of inspiration. And I have to say that in Spoonflower, I think it's also good. It's not the same, they don't have trend reports, maybe in their blog, which I honestly don't visit often, but if you go to Discover Design Challenge, you'll see they always have some challenges running every week, and by checking what these themes and topics they are about, you can really get some clues of what they think it will become trendy in the following months. So just by looking at the challenges, it can give you lots of inspiration. And you can also go and view past challenges and see who won, etc. Now let's talk about the target, and let's compare these two platforms. It's my understanding, this is not something I can tell for sure, but I believe that in Patternbank, their clients are professional designers or brands, like people who own a clothing company, maybe big brands. They will come here to Patternbank, and I will explain more in detail why later. But I've seen, this happening in my purchases, and it's my understanding that this is the type of clientele that this platform has. On Spoonflower, you can find anyone. I think most of the people who purchases here are crafters, people who loves to sew, and they come here, they purchase the fabrics or they purchase wallpaper because they either want to do it for themselves or they have a small handmade shop that they sell products. So I think the clientele, it's very, very different between this platform and this one. Now let's talk about the dashboard and the uploading process. On Patternbank, the uploading process is easy and very professional, whereas in Spoonflower, it's easy also, but I think it's too simple. In my opinion, it could be much better. On Patternbank, they give great tips on how to write your descriptions. They offer you a list of tags to choose the best ones for you. So they really do a very good job to help you describe and get good SEO for your products. But on Spoonflower, they could really help a little bit more because they leave it up to you, and you can even upload designs without having you can upload them without description or tags. So basically you need to take care of that, and you need to do your own research, otherwise your design will be there and nobody will find it. Finally, on both platforms, they generate mockups to see your design in use. You don't have to design those mockups. Automatically, by uploading your design, they generate those mockups for you, and this is how customers get to see your products. Now, the next section I want to talk about is files and pricing. So on Patternbank, they sell the pattern file as a digital download. But on Spoonflower, they sell fabrics or wallpaper printed with your design. So they don't sell the original file. What people get here is a final product printed with your design. But here on Patternbank, what people get is the actual file, the tile, the seamless design, so they can even edit it, which is the next point. You need to design your patterns here on Patternbank in layers and keep them editable, because they require you to upload a PSD, which is a Photoshop file for raster designs, or a vector file for vectors. So their clients, they really want to be able to edit the design if they need to, probably to change it to their brand colors, maybe move some elements around. So this is a requirement here on Patternbank that it's absolutely not necessary for Spoonflower. On Spoonflower, you simply upload a JPEG from your design. It has to be also the seamless style so that they can repeat it. But because the clients, they never get the original file, it's much simpler, the process, and you get to keep the editable files for you. So this means that you can even design your seamless patterns with simpler tools. They don't need to be the Adobe tools. They can even be tools like Procreate. So as long as it's a seamless pattern, you are good to go. Now let's talk about pricing. On Patternbank, you earn much more than on Spoonflower for each sale. Their minimum price is $55 for a personal license, and the maximum is $350 for premium designs. Premium designs means that they are sold only once, so the client has the exclusivity and they are sure that nobody else will have that pattern. On Spoonflower, you usually earn cents or a few dollars for each sale, because people can choose any size and they can print like a super small piece of fabric just as a test. So in both, they take commissions. On Patternbank, they take 50%, but still you earn a lot. And honestly, I don't know how much it's on Spoonflower, but yeah, keep in mind that you will earn much less for each sale on Spoonflower than in Patternbank. The good thing about this difference is that in Patternbank, they don't have as many sales as in Spoonflower. In Spoonflower, there are a lot of people buying each day. And for me, at least in my experience in Patternbank, I get a few sales a year. So it's really big, the difference between how many sales I see from both platforms. Finally, and this is a very important thing, and I think this is why the clientele is so different in both platforms, let's talk about exclusivity. This platform, Patternbank, requires exclusivity. This means that anything you upload here, you cannot sell it elsewhere. They have the exclusivity of that design. If it hasn't been sold before you decide to remove it, you can actually delete it and you can do whatever you want with the design. But if it has previously been sold, you owe them that exclusivity, and this means that people who come to Patternbank, they know that what they will find here, they will not find it elsewhere. So if they like something, they better get it here. That's why I think they have bigger brands and designers and more professional clients. That's also why I think they can sell at a higher price and you actually earn much more for each sale. But I also believe that this is why they get less sales, because not everyone will be willing to pay that much for a design. So on Spoonflower, on the other hand, you don't have to be exclusive to them. They don't require anything. You can upload the same files in other non-exclusive platforms and you can expand your passive income through many platforms. This is something I do, and I sell in both platforms. So every time I do a design, I have to decide if this is going to be exclusive, meaning I will upload it to Patternbank, or if I will go for the other combination of platforms and understand that I may earn a little bit less for each sale, but at the end, it may be worth it. I hope this was helpful for you. As you can see, there is not one that it's better than the other. They both are very different, and I don't even think they are even competitors. But for us, it comes to choosing a platform because of the exclusivity. So if you want to learn more about pattern design, if you want to know my full process, how I treat my illustrations, how I create the patterns both in Photoshop and Illustrator, and even how I upload them for selling these two platforms, you are very welcome to join my training, Sell Patterns from Your Illustrations. I'll leave the link on the description, and please leave me a comment and a like if you found this video useful, because it will also help me a lot to create more of this.